quite interesting interview. How you doing, Leo?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. So how's the weather treating you these days?
It's Tampa, so it's very, very hot this time. So, yeah, you try to get your work in really early and enjoy the air conditioner.
Excellent, excellent. Do you know anything about St. Louis? Have you heard about it? The city?
Yeah, of
Anything?
course. I know it's one of the original soccer cities in the U.S. My first coach ever, John Hackworth, is working with you guys now, and I've always followed along since you guys went into the MLS.
Okay, awesome. I think you probably will have a lot of fans now because you see the original city
Yeah,
of soccer. So they brag a lot about it. So
yeah.
definitely.
I've heard it.
Okay, nice. So how long have you been with the Rowdies?
So I came over here 2017.
Okay.
So yeah, been here for a while. It's my home now.
Okay.
Me and my wife, I have two kids, and we love it. We've formed a bond with the community and the fans, so it's been great.
Yep. Excellent. So if you were to describe the Rowdies to someone outside of the
Yeah.
USL, how would you describe the Rowdies style
Yeah.
of play and a little bit
So
of culture?
yeah, I think for one, the Rowdies is one of the oldest soccer teams in the U.S. as well.
Yeah.
They've been around in the '70s, so I think the fans are very diverse. There's older fans from the older era, and then we have new fans from the modern era. And I think it's great because then you see everyone in the crowd and everyone's cheering together, and it's a very intense place to play. They expect good football, they expect us to win, and so there's a lot of pressure, and I love that.
Excellent. And I think everybody, hopefully, that's listening, also, he called it football. So that's how we should always call it.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. I was actually born in Brazil.
Okay.
I moved to New York when I was 6, so I've always called it football too.
Okay.
So
Excellent. So let's talk about you being from Brazil. So is there a player that inspired you to become a professional?
yeah. So growing up, my dad was a professional soccer player.
Okay.
So him first of all, and then obviously watching the great Brazilians, Ronaldinho, Kaká, Rivaldo.
Okay.
Those were always my inspiration. Even to this day, when my confidence is low, I go on YouTube and watch some highlights and then get my confidence back up.
Excellent. Thanks. Yes, and me growing up from France and being a PSG fan, Rai
Okay.
was one of my favorite players, and
Really?
he's the one that kind of inspired a lot of
Yeah.
French soccer players.
Love
So
that. Yeah.
Brazilian player was always
No, yeah.
one
A
of the
big
things.
rivalry there too. Huh?
Yes. Well, it kind of settled it after the '98 World Cup, where we
Yeah,
still have the.
that's
Okay.
true. And 2006, you guys beat us too.
Yes.
So you have our number right now.
Yes,
Okay.
I get for right now.
Yeah,
Full
for right
time.
now.
Yeah.
Soccer never forgets. So
Yes. Is there any players, any recent players that you look up to?
yeah, I think like Neymar is one of the players with his creativity, his dribbling is something that I like to do on the field as well. Obviously not as Neymar's level, but it's fun to watch. For me, football is always it's still a game for me. It's still fun. That's the reason why I still play. I love to go train. I love to go score goals. So just to watch stuff that makes me happy and keeps me the joy in the game.
Excellent. So yes. So speaking of the playing side of things, so I'm here to cover also the High School Champions League.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more of what you know about it and some of the things that you're hoping that will help?
Yeah.
Knowing that you've also played high school
Yeah,
soccer.
yeah. For one, it's a great opportunity to showcase these kids. I think the more eyes that you get on the game and every level, the better. The U.S. is a massive country. There's talent everywhere. We have to do a better job of finding that talent. And I think sometimes when you only focus on one league, you miss a lot of talent. And for me, I was very lucky. I played in the academy, and my team was very good. So I wasn't getting the recognition I was thought I should.
Right.
And luckily, I was playing high school as well, and that's where I got seen and got found, and was able to go to a good school, good college, and then after that, got drafted to play in the MLS for Philadelphia Union.
Okay. Don't be shy. Go ahead and shout out your high school.
Yeah,
Which,
North Babylon High School.
Okay.
I had amazing time there. We had a very good team. We made it to the finals of the county. It was like the first time since the '70s. So still one of my favorite memories of my career, of my playing career. Just to be there and represent my school and play in front of all my classmates, it's an unbelievable achievement that I can still talk about.
Yes. So one of the things that we know that, representing your school, playing high school, it's one of those things. Is there anything else, just part of, being able to represent your school or the pride? Is there anything else outside of the playing field that benefits, players going within, have the high school experience?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think like you said, having that high school experience is crucial for kids' development. I think like to have that social part of it, to make friends, and just to be around kids your age, and also play with kids in your level. It's so important. I don't think it's talked about enough. A lot of kids they want to go and skip that part of your life, and you can learn a lot through that part, and it's very important.
Excellent. So if you were to recommend playing high school soccer, what will be, one or two things that you'll say, hey, yes, play high school soccer. That will be the
Yeah,
best decision of your life.
yeah. I think for me, I always looked at high school soccer as a chance to get better, to work on the things that I need to work on to play at the next level. And if you have a good environment, if you have a good coach, you have good teammates that want to become better players, then it's a perfect place for you to learn, to get better, and to take advantage of. It's not sometimes you want to go and play at the best team, but you might not play 90 minutes. You might play 15, 10 minutes. And I think when you're in high school, you really have that responsibility to play 90 minutes and be the guy for your team. And that's the way you can get better as well.
And bragging rights definitely helps.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah. You want to be the best school in the neighborhood. You want to say that your team made it this far, and yeah, that's very important.
Excellent. So what? And you mentioned that Coach Hackworth is the one that kind of picked you out of Philly.
Yeah.
Could you tell us a little bit more of that experience with that coach and
Yeah.
what you learned?
Yeah, great experience with John. He is still one of my favorite coaches to this day. A great mentor as well. Yeah, I remember getting drafted to Philly. I was the last pick in the round because I went to a mid-major school, so it wasn't a big school. And I remember showing up there, and there was 5 guys drafted ahead of me. And I think John, he told me, he was like, hey, it doesn't matter where you get drafted. This is your opportunity. And I just remember going out there each training session trying to be the best player on the field. And he gave me the opportunity to sign my first pro contract. So I'm forever grateful for him.
Yeah, so it pretty much shows the pathway that it doesn't matter where you start, it's pretty much how you finish.
Exactly,
and
yeah.
not finding yourself.
Yeah, I mean, and that's been my story, my whole life. Like I said, not really getting recruited the way I wanted to be. Went to the high school, got a good scholarship from there. Went to Stony Brook University, was a good player. We made the NCAA tournament twice, but didn't make the MLS Combine, and still got drafted. So everything happens for a reason, and I believe that everyone has their path. There is no blueprint of making it pro. There's multiple ways. There is anything, there's even new ways out there now. So it's great.
Excellent. So I guess for fast forwarding all the way to the Rowdies. So any banters for Charleston Battery, because we have a lot of connections with St. Louis and Tampa. How you feeling for tomorrow's game?
It's a massive game. They are one place ahead of us. There's a big rivalry between us and Charleston. Since I've been here with the Rowdies, it's been them, it's been Louisville, but those are the 2 top teams that come into my mind as one of the biggest rivalries. I remember 2020 when it was COVID, we had 4 teams in the groups, and we had to play Charleston four times in the regular season and then once in the playoffs. So it's just a lot of games between them, and it's these are the games where it means a lot. If we win this game, it pushes us in the right direction in the playoffs. So it's a very important game.
Excellent. Yeah. So easy questions now. So out of your current team, who's the funniest player?
Funniest?
Yes.
Probably me. No, I'm just kidding.
Good start?
No. We have a lot of good guys in the group. Yeah, I would have to say Pacific Nungamberi. He's from Burundi. He's a really, really good lad, good, funny guy. He's one of those where you can give it to him, give him the banter, but he takes it and he'll give it right back. So he's a good guy.
Looks like you took a lot of time, so it sounds like probably most of the team is very good at that.
Yeah, great group this year. Honestly, I can pick anybody. Everyone has a little bit of jokes. Obviously, there's a couple guys we stay away from the banter because they're a little bit too I say straightforward. But
that's fair.
Yeah.
Yes, and last question. So when you guys are traveling, so who's the DJ? Who kind of commands the music?
That's me too. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, 2 for 2.
But the problem is I've been here for a while, so unfortunately last year I was injured. So I was able to be in the treatment room, and I had to control the music the whole time. But we actually did a team vote this year, and I won best DJ. We can pull that up the clip later, right? We can show it. But to be fair, the Phil Brenner, our keeper, he's actually. He makes his own like mixes, so he was a little bit hurt that I won, but
that makes sense.
Yeah, because he actually tries. No, but I'm just kidding. He's probably the best. Yeah.
Yeah, and so you mentioned being injured last year. So how are you feeling now? And how was that progress from watching the guys playing on the field and coming back?
I think it was very tough, very difficult. As I've never really been injured before in my career. A couple hamstring pulls here and there, but nothing crazy. So I was able to look at the game differently and see that if I wanted to go coach and try to get my coaching badges while I wasn't playing. So it gave me an opportunity to do other things, which is good. But now this year I've been trying to solely focus on playing. It's been another tough year with not being able to get my rhythm, but we still got a long way to go. So it was definitely a learning process last year.
Takes time.
Exactly.
Excellent. So yes, so as a closure, is there anything that you wanted to share with the future kids that look up to you on the field or outside the field? Anything to help them in this progression?
No, for me is like the message that I would say is as long as you're playing in a good environment, feel like you're getting better, working with kids that have the same goal as you, you're progressing. And for me, everyone knows that I'm an open book. If anyone has any questions, they can look me up on Instagram, and they send me a message. I always reply. Especially if it's a kid in high school that wants to learn and get better, I tell them, shoot me a message, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to ask me, I always reply.
All right. So looks like we might have to have Jim start some of those Q&A. That might make it easier, right? High school questions, players with Leo. Bam. There you go. Excellent. So definitely, I greatly appreciate you having us in the stadium and coming to talk to us. And I look forward to tomorrow's game. It's going to be a good one.
Yep. And hopefully we win.
Oh, yes. Hopefully, no, when you win.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll always take the kids, 100%. Right? It's not if, it's a win.
Yes, it's on us.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. All right, take care.